Hope everybody's doing really well today. I'm here to do my wrap up for July 2022, and I somehow had a really good coloring month, even though I've been super busy. But I put all the books together and I was like struggling to fit all of them in the frame. So overall, I colored in 17 books. What? And I did 31 pages. A lot of the pages are color by number this month. Again, the more busy I get, the more likely I am to do color by number, just because it's mindless and easy and fast. But yeah, I figured I could show everything that I colored this month, and I'm filming this on the 30th of July, so it's not the end of the month yet. I do have 2 pictures that I'm working on at the moment, so if I do finish them before the end of the month, I'll just include them in the August wrap-up. This month, I decided to prioritize some of my Rita Berman books just because they haven't been getting enough appreciation from me, and considering the fact that I own 5 of her books and I love her art style, I will auto buy whatever she produces. I figured it was time. So the first one that I colored in is the summer one. Oh, sorry, this is the spring one. I colored in the spring one, and let's see, don't remember what I did. Oh, that's right. So I was kind of in a coloring slump at the beginning of the month, and I saw this page and it just reminded me of like Scandinavian folk art. I don't know why, but it just did. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna, it reminds me of it, so I'm just gonna rock and roll with it. So I ended up looking up some Scandinavian folk art, and I saw these like beautiful primary colors, and that's what I did here. And then I just did a water-based black marker in the background. There's very minimal shading back here, but I'm okay with that. I can fix it. But really enjoyed this one. I don't, oh yeah, I would say there's no gel pen, but there is. So because I blacked out the background, I was starting to lose the line work, like of the stem, for example. So I went in with a metallic pen. I don't know if the shine's coming up, but it's very shiny. I went in with a metallic pen and just highlighted that and made it a thicker line so it'd be easier to see. And I really enjoyed it. It was very, very relaxing, very simple coloring, but I'm glad to be back to this book. Again, Rita Berman can do no wrong in my eyes. Then I worked on in the summer one and also did just 1 page in here. Why am I struggling with flipping pages today? Let's see. Oh, come on. There we go. No. Oh, this is the page I want to do. I was like, why is there sticky in there? Because I want to do that page. I did this one, the fruit page, and I really like it. I wasn't sure what some of the fruit were, so I was kind of winging it with the colors. Like, I don't know what these are, but I wanted a little bit more orangey red in here, so that's why I included it. Like, are these blueberries? I don't know. There was a debate going on as to whether these were supposed to be grapes. I was told yes because of the leaves, because those look like grape leaves. But then they also kind of look very similar to these berries, fruits, I don't know. So I did my best. I considered doing a background. I thought about maybe like doing like a circle and coloring that in. But then honestly, I was just like, it's fine. I liked it. I was done with it basically. I think, yeah, there's some metallic gel pen. It's probably not going to show up. These little dots in the background, I did in metallic gel pen. But aside from that, everything was just my Brute Fun Art pencils. I might have sprinkled in 1 or 2 Prismacolors. Like I think maybe in the strawberries, one of the reds was a Prismacolor. But yeah. That is my summer page, and I'll leave the other sticky in because I do want to do a different page in here as well. And then I finally, after almost a year of owning this book, did a page in my trip around Europe. And it was a page I started months ago, and I did like 2 flowers and I just never went back to it. So I made a point of going back to it and fixing it. I don't really enjoy having Pending Whips, and then also especially in a book by Rita Berman. So did this page, very simple color palette. Nothing groundbreaking here, but I do like the final results. I've been in a very floral mood lately. I've been loving coloring flowers. So this was right up my alley on that. And I love blues. So yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I obviously want to color more in this book. I think there's some metallic gel pen. Oh yeah, the dots are metallic gel pen, but besides that, it's just brute funners. And I know she's coming out with My Trip Around Asia, I think in the fall. So I'll probably end up picking that one up too. But I do want to color more in here before I get that book. Because again, I've had this for almost a year. I had pre-ordered it and I've only done one page in here. So that is blasphemy, basically. So I need to fix that. I did a page in Camellia Angelkova's 50 Diminutive Countryside Scenes. And I've done 2 pages in here before in the prior months. Let me show you those first, just so I can get my point across better. Like this one I did in April, and then I did this one in May. And I was convinced, don't ask me why, that in these books I had to do a marker base and then shade with pencils on top, because that's what I've seen everybody doing. I felt like people either did that or just straight up marker coloring, which honestly is not something that I enjoy. So I was losing interest in this book because I wasn't loving the results. Like, I think this is fine, but I wasn't loving it. So this month I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a page with just colored pencils, which is kind of more of my comfort zone. But I figured, why not? I have the book. So I did this page, and this is all just colored pencils, and I like the result so much more. First of all, I love this page, like the artwork. I thought it was super cute. But then I also just enjoyed the experience much more. So I'm gonna go back to this book and just use my pencils, I think. Maybe gel pens, but what I mean is I don't think I'll be doing alcohol marker base in this book anymore. For some reason, it just really spoils my experience, but this was much more up my alley, and I really like how this turned out. I think it looks so sweet. And this book is very, very summery. Most of it, there are some more seasonal pages in the back, like for example, here's a Christmas one. But for now, I'm gonna stick to the front of the book where there's more just flowers and really, really cute pages. So that is my 2 cents in that book. And as I mentioned earlier in the month, I was kind of in a coloring slump. I don't know, like nothing was really catching my eye, nothing was really inspiring. And I figured, you know, to get out of the slump, maybe I'll try something completely new to myself, like a new coloring technique. And I've been watching a lot of videos from A Colored Life, I believe is her YouTube channel. She does great artwork. So I figured I would try one of her techniques. So she uses a lot of water-based markers, and she does this like scribbling technique. So I wanted to try and mirror that. I don't know if I was successful, but I had a blast. So I did like a base of one marker and then went in and scribbled basically with a darker version for the shading. And I think it's all water-based markers. And I think it's very messy. It's obviously very, very messy, but I really enjoyed it. It was super easy. It was like therapeutic in a way, and it got me out of my coloring slump. So for that, I'm so glad with the way that it turned out. I think these, I also didn't even say the name of the book. It's the Brothers Grimm Fairy Tales by Forrest Diver. These books are amazing for this kind of technique, and that's what she does this technique in as well as these books. So like this one and the other Forrest Diver books, let me see if they're in here. I think this one, which I don't remember the translation to English. And then I think this one. But yeah, the ones by Forrest Diver for Julia Rivers, those are really good for this kind of technique. But if you want to see more of this technique as well as what it can look like when it's done properly, do check out her channel. But that's kind of what I was going for here. I enjoyed it. I definitely foresee myself doing it again, but it was definitely out of my comfort zone because I tend to be a perfectionist, and you know, something so messy kind of stressed me out at first, but it got me out of my coloring slump. Then I also showed a little love to my Winnie the Pooh Hatchet Heroes book. Winnie is my favorite. If I haven't mentioned that about 1 billion times before. So I really like this book, and I just did one of their wallpaper pages. If you're thinking of getting this book, first of all, I do have a full flip on my channel. It's a little bit of an older video, but I do have a full flip. And second of all, there's a lot of wallpaper pages in here. So if you don't like wallpaper pages, that was very difficult, don't go for this book basically. But I wanted to do something easy. This was my mid coloring slump, and doing a page with gel pens just sounded perfect because it was so easy and brainless basically. So I tried to go for Winnie the Pooh colors. I don't know if it worked out. So the 2 pinks were supposed to be Piglet. The yellow was Winnie. And then this, I don't know, like brownish, taupish, that's not a taupe, brownish color was supposed to be like his shirt. But it's definitely not red enough. But I tried, the effort was there. And then I also considered doing like maybe a background color, but going around all of these little details would have driven me nuts. So I just finished it like this. And it's a metallic gel pen, so I don't know if the shine's really coming up. And then the yellow, I think, is a sparkly gel pen. But yeah, it was very easy, and it was just something that I needed during my slumpy coloring time. But yeah, this book is lovely. Again, it does have a lot of wallpaper pages or like repeating pages like these. I do want to do this page because I love Winnie. But yeah, do check out the flip if you're considering getting this book. The nice thing is that it's one of their cheaper books. I think it was $5.95 in euros, but I think I paid even less for it. I want to say I paid like 4 euros or something for it on Amazon, but I did get it on German Amazon. But yeah, and then moving into my mandalas. As I've mentioned about 1 billion times at this point, I am trying to finish this book. This is 50 Stylish Mandalas by Camellia Angelkova. At first, I wanted to finish it by the end of 2022, but I will be moving November, maybe early December, cross-continentally, right? I'm moving from Germany back to the US. So I want to finish this book before I move because I will just recycle it here then, and I won't be bringing it with me. So in order to save space for books that I have done less in, basically, I want to finish this one so that I don't have to bring it with me. I hope that makes sense because obviously coloring books are very heavy and I'm trying to fit literally my whole life here into 2 suitcases. So that's why I'm really trying to finish this book. And I did do, I think, 4 pages this month. I do just go in order. And this one was just, I'm pretty sure just random colors. Like this wasn't a specific color palette. The one before yellowed, that's fine. I actually really like this one. This was a color palette I saw, I think on Instagram. And it's mostly alcohol markers, but there is also the pink is a glittery gel pen. So I hope that shows up because that pink, oh, you could see it right there. The pink glitter, oh, amazing, love it. So I did this one, really, really liked it. I love her mandalas. Then I wanted to do a cool toned mandala because why not? And again, mostly alcohol markers, and then this greenish, bluish, like aqua color is gel pen. Really cute. And then since I did a cool colored one, I wanted to do a warm colored one. And here I use 2 gel pens. There's a pink glitter gel pen and a yellow one, like a gold one. So these 2 stripes right here are the gel pens. So I hope you can see all that shine. Really, really pretty. Again, love her books, just amazing. And this is the 37th mandala in here, so I have 13 left to go. And hopefully if I do like 4 to 5 a month, I should be able to finish before my move, which would be fabulous. And then I'll do a full flip of the completed book, and odds are I'm gonna end up purchasing another one of these once I'm already in the US and coloring in it again, because I just loved these mandalas. Another Camellia Angelkova mandala book that I own is the 101 Unique Mandalas. And this one, and I've mentioned this before, I'm not the biggest fan of because there's a lot of mandalas in here that I'm just not interested in, basically. And that's bound to happen, right? 101 is a lot of mandalas, and the odds of me liking every single one are low. But I'm trying to go through and do the ones that actually interest me. But this is a book I will definitely be unhauling before I move, which I'll do a whole video on, but I will not be bringing this with me to the US because it's a thick book. She's heavy, and a good percentage of these mandalas I have no interest in. But I did do this one, and I think this was a color palette I found online. I'm not the biggest fan of the mandala design, but I have it. I might as well color it, and I think it's okay. It was just fine. It's 100% alcohol markers. I used this like deep maroon in the center, and it died. So I always do my mandalas like from the center out. So quite often I will use colors in the center that I don't use on the outside because they die. So that maroon went to the garbage. So that's why it's not featured anywhere else. But yeah, I think it's okay. It's not my favorite mandala of all time, but I find mandalas to be very relaxing. So love that. And I do keep a tally in here somewhere on the number of mandalas I've done. So in here so far I've done 33. So yeah, 33% is really not a great result, but like ones like this I have zero interest in. These are the ones I've done, but like some I'll do, but this one, no way. So yeah, but this was probably my favorite style in here. These were really nice. But yeah, if you're considering getting this book, just definitely look at a full flip of it because there's a lot of different styles of mandalas in here. And odds are not every style is going to be your cup of tea. And then moving into the color by number or the one color only books that I've colored in this month. The first one is my George Tufex's Country Scenes Color by Number. And one of the 2 pictures that I'm currently working on is in another one of his books, but I did finish this one earlier in the month. And it is this country scene as promised by the title. And I love his books. I think they're definitely a very complicated, or probably one of the more complicated color by number books that you can purchase. But the pictures always end up being very, very beautiful. And if you don't mind it taking you a longer time, I think these books are great. They are single-sided, so if you wanted to use alcohol marker, you could. I don't know if that's feasible for everything on the page because there's some smaller details, but some parts, I'm sure you could do an alcohol marker. And I'm just going in order in this book. So this is the 4th page. I've done this one, and did I skip one? Oh, there we go, and this one. But these were done earlier in the year. I did just do a video about my completed coloring pages in all of my George Tufex's books. So if that's something of interest, do check it out. It's a couple of videos ago before this one. So yeah, the next page is going to have a very cute bear, which I'm excited about. But yeah, his stuff is amazing. Love George Tufex's. Then another book that I am hoping to finish before I move, and this one could be a stretch, is my Grand Classiques Volume 8 by Hatchet Heroes. And this month I crossed the 50% line. Woohoo, which means I've done, I think, at least 50. Also keep a tally. I've done 50. So I've done it. I'm 50% done with this book, which is fabulous. So let's see what I did. So this is one of the pages, and is this the Mad Hatter? No, but I mean, it's obviously from Alice in Wonderland, or I think it's from Alice in Wonderland, but I forget the character's name. I haven't watched Alice in Wonderland in quite some time. I tried to watch the movie with Johnny Depp. I think it's Johnny Depp, right? And I found her to be a little annoying, so I didn't finish it. But this was one of the pages that I did, and then when I did the tally, I was like, oh, I'm really close to being, 50% done. So I was looking to do a 50th page, and I just picked this one because I had the colors, and then I was like, oh, I'll also do it in colored pencil. Little did I know that it was actually Winnie the Pooh, which is fabulous. I'm glad that it was my 50th page in here. And yeah, I used colored pencils. I think it turned out really cute. On the pages that I use colored pencil, I still do the outline in a water-based marker. I just find that works better. But then I go in with usually Brute Funners. I wouldn't use like my super nice pencils on color by number pages. Like I wouldn't use my Prismas in here, but something like my Brute Funners, which are budget friendly in my opinion, I don't mind using in these books. So those are 2 pages that I did, and then also this one here on the right from, I believe, the Aristocats. Again, if I'm incorrect, do correct me. And this was just a disaster because so many of the markers started dying. As you can see, the blue, the brown. This cat is 50 shades of brown. I'm trying to use up my alcohol markers. Basically, the point of the next couple of months is to use up as many resources that I have. Supplies, goodness gracious, as well as finish as many books as possible because of the move. So trying to use up the browns, 'tis a mess, but 'tis done. So that's one of the pages. And then the last one that I did this month was this bird from Robin Hood. So yeah, I'm surprised this green was as juicy as it was, but hey, why not? So that's 50% done, which is awesome. That also means I still have 50% left to go with a smaller selection of markers because I've used up so many at this point. So I don't know if it's realistic for me to finish this. If I don't finish it before I move realistically, I think I would bring it with me on the move, but I don't know because it's a heavy book. Like there's 100 pages in here, right? So we will see. Moving on to the Hatchet Heroes Buddies. These are the pixel books, and pixel color by number is probably my favorite color by number type style at this point. I just really enjoy it. And I did a couple of pages. So I did this page from Mulan, and I prefer the cross method, just a preference. And then I sometimes do the dot method like here I did a couple months ago in April in the background. And then here I did Maleficent. And with this book, I don't look at the solutions. Like I don't pick the page based on the solution. I pick it based on the color palette because yeah, I just don't have that many markers left. So really like this book, and I'm actually doing quite okay in here. I'm doing quite well on completing pages in this book. I think I'm close to maybe 30% done. Not positive. I don't have a tally going, so. But yeah, that's a good one. Then moving on to my Party Patterns by Belba Family. I do hope to finish this one before I relocate. And I was really bummed because the first page I did this month was the birthday page because my birthday's in July and therefore I wanted to do the birthday page. And I absolutely detest the way that it turns out. I ruined it with this splotchy background. I should have just done like dots in the background or something else, because this just looks like poo-poo brown and it's like smudgy and everything. So don't love this page, but that's my fault, not the pictures. Then I of course did the 4th of July, because the 4th of July. This one was super straightforward because it was only just 2 colors. So like that one. And then I did this one that frankly confuses me. Like, what is this? And I think it's actually better looking on camera than in person, but help me out. So are these stars and then like bottles in front of it? I think it's called like Friday Party or something like that. Let's see, page 67. Friday Party, yeah. What is this? I was confused by this page, and I also didn't do it on a Friday. So maybe that's why it didn't turn out well. But yeah, making a very good dent in here. I'm nearing to the 50% mark with this book, which is great considering the fact that I bought it earlier this year. And then the newest book in my collection, because I've been very, very good with my shopping lately. I think this is I've only bought like 2 or 3 books in the entire year so far. But this one just spoke to me because of the Mosaic, like the pixel book. And it's called Mystery Mosaic Color by Number, Colorful Life by, who's it by? Oh, come on, it had an artist or like a printing company. Sunny Publishing. So I don't own anything else by them, but I wanted to give it a shot, and I'm glad I did. It has the color palette on the left. It is a consistent color palette throughout the book, but the number representation changes. So one black, like black has a different number on the next page, for example. So this was the first page that I did, and I enjoyed it so much that I did another one. So see here, 2 is yellow green here, 2 is yellow. So 4 is light gray and light blue. So it does change. But did this windmill page, and then also did this like sunset over the water or sunrise, however you choose to look at it. But I enjoyed it. So I had to put it down because I was just kind of powering through these and not really coloring in my other books. So, and it looks like I didn't finish it. There's some, oh goodness gracious. Well, I counted it as done, so we're gonna count it as done. So if you've been considering getting this book, I would recommend it. I really like it. I haven't seen it on anybody else's channel, so I considered doing a full flip, but the thing is there's no solutions in this book. So there's literally nothing for me to show you except for like this, right? So, but hopefully these couple of pages kind of show you what to expect. And I like it. Whoops. I do really, really like it. This book is like a normal coloring book size, so it takes longer than like the Belba family pictures to finish because that book is smaller. And then moving on to the one color pages that I did this month. I did one in my Thomas Pavitt Villain Spiroglyphics. And I believe I only did one. Yes, it is the mother from Rapunzel, whose name I forget, but she's very dramatic. She's very, very dramatic. And I think she's not the actual mother, right? She kidnapped Rapunzel. Yeah, that's her role. And I use gel pens. I'm trying to use up a bunch of my gel pens, so when they run out, I switch to another one. So this page, I used up 3 gel pens. And because I enjoyed working on that book so much, I also colored in my Thomas Pavitt Harry Potter book, also the Spiroglyphics, and also just did one page in its Snape. And similar style here, I just use up a gel pen and then switch. So used up a full one and then switched to this gray. Really like these books. He hasn't come out with anything recently that I've seen, and I would love for him to do another one of these like Spiroglyphics books because I really enjoy them, and I would definitely purchase basically whatever he created. But this one I've done 6 pages, and the villains one, I think I'm 50% done, or maybe more than 50. Let me see. So let's see. So there's 20 pages in here overall, and I just did, oh yeah, I just did the 12th one. So more than 50% done. So I have 8 left in here. But this one, I have only done 6. So I think 6. Yeah. So plenty to go, but these do have solutions in the back. So if you're interested, do look them up. I think even Amazon shows you like the previews of what the pages will look like. And then, of course, have to feature my Disney Princesses book because I'm obsessed. This book is fabulous, and especially for using up gel pens. So, first page that I did was a Little Mermaid, and I think this was a metallic gel pen. Yeah, it's like a bronze metallic gel pen. This pen was from a set I had bought like a year and a half ago at this point, and it was just like kicking around my desk basically, so I just needed to finish it. So I was able to complete Little Mermaid. Then I did the dots here for Jasmine. Also took over 1 gel pen, but it was already half dead. I think it was this gold that I was trying to use up. So then I used it up and switched to the bronze. The dots are my least favorite, but I am trying to work on them, so I'm not just left with dot pages. Then I did this one of Belle, also gel pen. And I like that I can basically always tell what the princess, who the princess is, which is great. And then, where is it? I did a spiral. This one was a collection of gel pens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 gel pens in here. And is this Pocahontas? I think it's Pocahontas, right? So this, as I was saying, oh, I always know who it is. This one kind of threw me for a loop. And I think it's also because of the different colors. It's kind of extra hard to tell. But I think it's Pocahontas. Let me know if you disagree. But I'm more than 50% done with this book, which is fabulous. I do keep tally somewhere. So this book is super beat up, but it's traveled with me and it's great. So I've done 34 pages in here, and there's a total of 52. So yeah, I'm definitely more than halfway done. And I would love to finish it. Again, great book for finishing up supplies. And the last book in the video, and the only contribution that I made to Christmas in July this month, is my lines coloring book, Christmas, by, I think it's Jennifer Rowling. Yep, Jennifer Rowling. Got this book last year. Loved it. I hope she comes out with more of these. I don't know, I just find them to be so incredibly relaxing. And I just go in order. So this one's the next one in order, and it just ho 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 with a nice little Santa. I used a Bic marker, like medium tipped marker in here. I like using those in these books. Wait, what are these? Bic Intensity Medium. I remember there being a medium. So I had a set of these, and that's what I've been using. And I used up the blue, so I switched to the orange, hence the switch. It doesn't bother me. Do I think it would have looked better if I had been able to do it in one color? Yeah, but that's fine. So this was the only contribution I made to Christmas in July. It's been quite warm here, so I haven't really been feeling doing like actual Christmas pages, and again, also had that coloring slump. But that is it. So overall, 31 pages against 17 books. I've been able to touch some of the books that I haven't colored in some time, which is great. We'll see how August turns out. And of course, I'll do more videos when it gets closer to the move about things that I am keeping and things that I'm passing on. But thank you so much for watching. As per usual, everything is linked down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.